Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game Over Cancer. I am Mal Krayos. You might remember me from such charity streams as Game Over Cancer this Wednesday. I am joined here with Oninoiwa, who's going to be doing Celeste any percent. So Oni, take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Oninoiwa. The best video game ever. We got a timer in the top left-hand corner. Run because all in-game times and stuff. All runs are done with the in-game. We have start off section here. Doing a faster than walking. Don't have our dash. Not really much else we can do. But now we can ignore all that because we, have our dash. That was the prologue. Chat with Grant. Much to go on with there. When it comes down to starting up everything, a little bit of stuff. We have things called hyper dashes. Dash followed by jump command, all bounces, hyper dashes. And oh, hello. Oh, that's nerve. Fingers not wanting to do what I want them. That's okay. Happens in. Had a script. Came through. Chapter 1 here, pretty much all about the but, up, we got our first, what we call the extended hyper dash. It allows us to maintain a jump after we, our dash after we do a jump. We have a dash in the air. Slightly slower one of those. On up. Dash underneath. Bounce up again. There is a hidden for what we can do while we're climbing game. It's mostly a non-issue. But if you ever see Madeline flashing red, that means the stamina is running. There is a little trick right in here. Still have yet. The bypass is getting on. But that's chapter 1 done. At 45 in. Low for me. Everything. Here into chapter 2. Each chapter has its own. But it comes to chapter 2, major gimmick. Dream blocks, when you go through them, they refresh your dash. First thing we gotta do, gotta activate them. Paper tube. Takes one just to there. Cutscene activates her. Things about dream blocks is if you put jump command right after going through them, and get a little bit more distance out of them. Necessary, actually. That's Madeline, the part of ourselves. She's antagonist. Don't really want to say too more than that about her because I think while as amazing platforming going on here. Throughout this chase scene, she's about 2 seconds behind us and she'll follow our path in. So that means that she's controllable. Pretty much completely controllable. Sometimes she feels like she isn't, but she Fall out right there just to spell a battle line to give myself just a bit of time. Make that transition. Very nice and high on first turn. Back. Cutscene we just skipped right there is probably part 1 of my favorite set. Person who depression very near and deep. Pair of cutscene for this chapter. Very good job. One, how to talk with someone with anxiety, and how not to talk to someone. Strongly encouraging. That's chapter 2. Chapter 3, here in the resort, have our first major like actually have moving that can get in. Dust bunnies. Interesting thing about this game, there is no RNG in. Everything is either determined by cycles or Madeline's. But we have moving obstacles. There are 2 cycles for every room, because where you start in the room changes based off of did you just room, did you die in the room. So, anytime there's something that could possibly be on screen, you gotta kind of know too. Through it, gotta know. Work with what's. That last cutscene that we just skipped was Hero. He's a powerful character. I really like Oshiro, but he talks a lot. So skip all that. Talk sweet. Left. Right. We're coming up on a small little skip here. Normally you're supposed to get that dash crystal right at the very end. You don't need to. You can just do that and then hyper dash off of that moving. Really kind of tight. Not a heck of a lot of room. But let's see. Here we come into the maze. What I try to do in the here is just don't try to do it super fast. I find if I do it fast, I try to do it opposed to fastest step. Hero has some problems here. I got some problems. And we got to put away a bunch of junk collected. Starting off with boxes. All bounced right there. That's all the boxes. Now the route through this section is specifically designed to get put as close to Hero as we can. With every library books to finish off with one. Little wall bounce right there. We do a little extended hyper dash right there, so there's right. That's library. We're so good. Here we come into the bestest boy Theo. Gonna go sneaking around through some tents. You're gonna help Miss Wood. Hug that wall. A little bit of a fast fall. Fast falling is holding down while you're falling. Takes a few seconds for it to engage. And when it engages, you actually fall faster. Fast fall. That's all of the... Up. Get out. Here. Another chat with Oshiro where he tells us we're low and we need to keep up. Oh, he said. Almost through the entirety of your hotel in less than 5 minutes. Now we're coming up on the first hard trick game. We're going to attempt to screen Adeline through 4 pixel gap. Called the demo dash. Made significantly easier from changes that the devs made in the most patch, where they gave you the ability to bind a single button crouch dash. But because this is still a really hard trick, save right there. When we die, if we die, get put back right over here as opposed to right at the very a second try. A platform. We're at the present. Another conversation. Oshiro gets mad at us for a reason. And he starts going, I'm a champion. Now, the nice thing about Oshiro is when he decides to attack across the screen, he's doing that at the height Adeline currently attacked. Again, no RNG going on here. Completely controllable. Best places that I can show to control. A little jump right here. Send him higher, so climb a little bit faster. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of paper there, just to finish. 6:30, not a bad time. That's actually my average. This chapter done. All in all, pretty well. Deaths, not bad. Those was on the demo. Here in Golden Ridge, I have clouds that are pretty much towards. I'm in the blue and the pink variety. Got bubbles. Bubbles have a default direction that they want in, but if you different direction for them, that's the direction they'll. Where I'm in a bubble, I'm holding a direction, the direction that I want. Clouds, they go away. Also got these platform. Disappearing platforms have a timer that they will go away on. Accelerate this timer by just jumping. If I do a little demo dash right into here, it allows us to grab both of those. Going on up. Climb right there. Got these move blocks as well. Any section with these. Get through various sections. There are some that block wall bounce off right here. The blocks do impart momentum, Madeline. I mean, you just saw something there. I did a retry because I knew right at that moment. The little jump that I want goes often faster to, but just let yourself. Platforming. We also have wind. Talk about wind. First, we got an hyper dash off. That one cloud, you get right at that room. That pink cloud will often spikes if you. When it comes down to wind, Adeline dash moment. Wind really doesn't affect her. Use that to just sort of. No, but there's a way to avoid having to get that coin, that block out of the very least off of it, and it goes away. Just coming balls. Heavy wind is really harsh. Charge are very well. Their first room with snowballs. Snowballs will appear from the right-hand side of the room at whatever Madeline's height. And something that is completely controllable. But every once in a while can begin to feel like. So far, so good. Now for the tough room. I thought I was on top of that one. Because when you jump off of a snowball or a lot of objects, you can regain your dash. Gave me a fantastic. I need to. Part of me thinks I need to get a new controller, and part of me goes, my tolerances are. But we're almost at the end here, so. Got a couple of really big jumps here. Or that done in 52. That's the net. Take it. A mirror temple. Mirror temple's gimmicks are the dash block, bonkfish. All I can think of. Dash blocks. Whenever you dash, start moving on their track. A lot of things. Part momentum. Got the red bubbles. Red bubbles are like blue bubbles, except red bubbles will go on forever until you stack into a ball. So you dash out of it. Our first major tip here. It allows us to avoid having to go and get a red bubble. It's called a wave dash. Off of that dash block. A wave dash is pretty much just like a hyper dash, except got our key. Find out that Theo is trapped. Go save him. Best boy. The temple is starting to get. Go in. Less light we have. Throughout. The temple here is also a giant maze. when push comes to shove, they want you to or move around, look at everything, but you know, go the route. So it's much of a secret anymore. Up wrong. That's a bit of a costly death because we have to retraverse the entire area, but death I've made multiple times. My runs, throughout all the runs that I've ever done, so go. So here we get sucked into the nightmare dimension that goes in this particular section here. How the bonkfish are. I like calling them bonkfish because they bonk. They can smash apart red bricks, but they can't go through white walls. Now we're in the nightmare dimension. Do a little hyperdash off of here to get all the way over to the right-hand side of the... because it puts us about 3 or 4 Madelines to the right after the fall. Which a little tricky here to really fast jump off of that because it can chemicals that will kill you. So we got a whole lot of the bonkfish wanting to do things to us. However, they can help us out. They can collect these. This one right today. Or 2. Here, sir. Kindly. All of my practice, my last 3 practice runs for this, I wasn't able to get the collect that coin at the very. That's a very powerful scene. Just skipped. Madeline is faced with her own inner, like, maybe I should just continue. Judging from what we're doing, we go on. We're coming up to another skip here. Called search skip. Allows us to avoid about 2 minutes searching for locking doors. That's actually kind of a hard trick because tiny bit of focus time just to maintain that. All right, focus time done. Up here, and know how I said that they can destroy the red bricks and what? Oh, we actually grab that. Bestest boy Theo has been found in Cape Crystal. Okay, how to break. So, taking him along with us. Time to toss Theo around a hole. Because our throwing Theo is actually don't death. Carrying Theo is slower than even just normal walk. But we can also pick up a little bit of a speed dash into Theo. So we always want to be sort of just throwing him and dashing him. how that room is supposed to go. Oh, this is just a run full of what the heck is Oni? Why did that one kill? Try this a completely different way. A completely different way, got through. Broke the cycle of me dying a hole. Oh. A little bit of a dash off of there. Use platform forward. Go through those spikes because toss Theo through that one again because can't carry him up that wall. Can't carry Theo up walls, eh? So, there's waves that are flowing across the room. Are coming through here. But we can, if we dash through them, we can stop back. But it's often just better to throw Theo, dash into Theo, grab that momentum boot forward. I gotta say, I'm not 100% pleased with the time on that, but we're through. Now we're into reflections. Here in reflections, we got the feathers, have the Kevin blocks, sparkly flowers, all good fun. Things to know about the feathers is, unlike pretty much the rest of the game, the feathers can move in 360 of movement, and it takes a little bit of time for them to get up to their maximum. So, trying our best mitigate any major turn. Maximum. Kevin blocks. This is Kevin block. They don't like it when you kick their blue sides. When they kick their blue sides, they start moving in the direction. One other thing when it comes down to feathers and everything, if you see me going into a feather, I'm doing a transition. D-pad over my joystick. Over stick. So, you know, that's just added level of now this game is competitive if you want to do a keyboard and mouse. We'll talk about that a little bit. You can play this game both either keyboard and mouse or controller. They're both just as competitive as the other one is. They're both just as viable. I mean, it comes down to personal. I much prefer to deal with the problems of my controller than problems by a... So, Kevin's can impart momentum like a lot of other things. Past that. Hey, Kevin. Look, it's Spiky Kevin. Ooh. That's a sparkly yeet flower. We'll figure out what those guys do in just a little bit. Avoid all. But here, sparkly flowers just send us off in a direction that hit the map. Pressure dash. Allows for such nice, lovely tricks as movement as that. Now there are multiple paths through here, and the one I like the most, fastest. Whoever dies in a speed run, not me. No, 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 never. Never died in a speed. Down. Over. go. So this is another place for the demo dash. We just dash right underneath all of that. Guys, there. You can ignore that first feather refresh, but we gotta get this second one. Gotta get the third. Hello. Talk with Granny. It's very powerful, very meaningful. I like that talk with Granny. But I can't show it to you guys because Kevin here falls at the same speed as our fast fall, but he immediately accelerates to the full falling speed. There's a little setup for these little shortcuts that are right here. Except for that one you just gotta kind of do it enough to know how to get through that last little fall. Now we're coming up on the best water section all of speed. And we're done. Excellent. And that's why it's the best. It's so nice and lovely. Boing. I need to count for a second. Seven. If I do this right, I excel all the way to battle. Did it wrong. So this is Battleline. We had an argument with her earlier in one of the cutscenes. She really doesn't like us right now. And we are trying to reconcile our differences with hugs. Because Battleline is a part of us. So, you know, fight yourself, you're only getting hurt. And we are trying to get past all of that with power of hugs. But Battleline doesn't want hugs. It really doesn't. Every time we go in for a hug, she pushes us away. Is, you know, a little bit understandable. We did really hurt her earlier. Head her across here. So far this fight really well. And that was how to not curse yourself by owning it. Should never say it. Something's gonna miss. But now into another section. One of my ones that I like to leave, that last transition. You have to go from a right movement to a straight up movement. That just goes, it always can quick. Get this first try. Oh, a little slow. Right. Up, going down. All little gaps with head laser. This room is really easy. She's not doing anything. She's just yelling at us. Thinks we're not a mountain climber. Look at everything we did before you pulled us down here. I should mention about that. Interesting thing about the orbs that Battleline fires at us. If we get Battleline soon enough, those orbs take a little bit of time to activate their hitboxes. So we can actually go through those orbs every once in a while if we're close enough to her when she activates. I don't know if I specifically plan to do any of that in the run for my routing, but it is a possibility. Not something to truly be feared. And here we are on the last screen of the fight. Oh. We use some movement to control where Battleline shoots her laser so that she doesn't ever really get a good shot at it. Let's first try on the battle line. You know, that's where we get our hugs. Power of hugs, a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-care. Battleline and Battleline sort of reconcile their differences. And we get our double dash. We can tell our double dash status would be the color of our. That's Revelations. That was a really, really good revelation. There's a 12 to 14 minutes left in the run. In there. I hope you have all been enjoying romp of Celeste. What we're starting off right now is revisits. We are going to be revisiting every chapter been through so far before we get to Summit proper. Extended hyperdash off of there to avoid getting pulls. We're back in chapter 1, sort of. All of the same mechanics that exist there, just a whole lot less floor.
This is a good time to talk about the event.
Of course, go ahead.
Perfect. I just want to say that right after this one, we've got the Downtown Country 3 speedrun, which currently has a color bid war. So if people want to choose between the original and alternate, this is your last chance. There's only about, I would say, $6 or $7 between both options. So if you really choose to want to see the original, better get your donations in right now. A little later is the Bloodstained Crystal Moon 2. We can upgrade that to Legend Hunter if we put in another $350 towards the $500 unlock. And I suppose I will just ask you a quick question. As somebody who hasn't played this game, I've seen various little things. You did explain that the feather allows you to fly. I've seen little diamonds that I think refresh your dash. But what
yes, they do.
Strawberries do?
Strawberries do absolutely nothing. They impress your friends.
Okay. Right, so
they're extra bonus challenge for difficulty. Go for them. There's also something right at the very end that will. Sorry to.
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say this is why the raspberry is.
That's why, because strawberries really don't do anything for the any percent run. That's why my routing, I'm only ever collecting. Unless I make a mistake in a couple of places, then I might collect a second. Because I might as well. That's dashing a little bit wrong. Ah, there goes the Deathless. Not like I tried at all, no. Never. Here we are in the hotel revisit. Once again, major spike in difficulty from all of the other revisits because of the moving obstacle. This room is actually really easy. Got to do a diagonal up dash. You can get that coin. This I will call the hardest room here because so much going on that you need to pay attention. That room right there is probably one of the two biggest rooms, entirety of this section of the revisit, because it's pretty much just get through it by holding right. Very particular timing that I need right here. My fingers refuse to right. All my fingers. This here is the tender for the easiest room, because all you really have to do diagonal up dashes throughout the entirety of everything. Get it. There's other more meaningful conversations between Madeline and Battleline that we're skipping. Golden Ridge Revisit. Again, all of the same things with Golden Ridge, just with less floor. Bubbles, we got a moving platform. Wind. That guy. Snowballs! Yay, snowballs are back! Everybody loves snowballs. Everybody loves snowballs, right? Love snowballs. Yeah, I do. Not being sarcastic. Right, they're done. Good riddance. Snowballs suck. Right, back to another moving block platform. Or to get ahead of this one, but we really just need platform out of there. Now this right here is my favorite room in the entirety of the game. When I do this room right, it just flows and it feels so good. Sometimes I can actually leave all three of those moving blocks where they are, but I was a little slow on the second one. That's our revisit of the hotel, Golden Ridge. Pretty much done. Again, this has been How Not to Jinx. See every time. We got a 3-screen skip coming up. Past. In this red bubble here. My hands aren't on my controller right now. Because there's no real need. Normally I take a nice long drink. I salute everybody that's out there. So I'm all of the workers here. And everybody do all of their best to help here. That movement right there puts me very, very dangerously close to the death plane. But because I died, I start in a different place, and it sets up for something actually just... Now there's a skip involved to avoid getting this bubble, but I'm not very good at it, because it involves pretty much bouncing your way up that wall of spike there. And for the life of me, my brain just doesn't want to seem to grasp that particular thing here. You have to move normally on the far left side of the previous room, because if you try to dash up, that block will kill you. Gotta climb that one normal. That block over. Right, platforming there, and now we're in the last room. Last room I'm not a big fan of, mostly because I have died more times in here. It's also one of the places where it's possible for me to collect a second strawberry if I mess up. Because the alternate path messing up, the fix for the messing up, takes me right near a strawberry, and it's like, well, I might as well collect. Okay, so there's no need to get 20. And this is the summit proper. There are only a few screen transitions that happen. And now anytime we die, we get set back to our most recent flag. 726. There's no need to get 20. 23 is right here. No need for 20. It's got a whole lot of really tight platforming. Nothing really all that special. Nice lovely ascent for a whole lot of dash crystals. It is actually possible to hit the battle line orb from dashes alone. But I do that so rarely that I don't get a lot of muscle memory. 18. Big cloud, woo! Over. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about. We have helpful and non-helpful wind here on the summit. First 10 was under non-helpful windows, constantly pushing you down and making jumps a little bit harder to get through. Right now we have an upwind, which gives us a very, very floaty set of physics. The best way that I can describe the physics for the floatiness, if you've ever really played a Mega Man game, you've gone into one of the water levels, the floatiness that Mega Man gets, that's roughly the type of floatiness. So that's 12. Now, there is no reason to skip 10. Like, there's literally no reason to skip 10. Because you jump onto that platform and then jump off that. Now, when I'm doing this run normally with my chat, I have a rule that says I have to die here at 9, but we like breaking rules. So, you know, don't die at 9. Little feather section right here. Really good for keeping its maximum speed because you don't have to do a lot of 5, 4. Got about another minute and a half at most left in the really bad. This little outcropping at 2 on my very first playthrough of this game really threw me for a loop. Try to figure out what I needed to do. But once I got past it, it was just, oh, so that's what I need. Are on 1, now we just got... That, ladies and gentlemen, is Celeste. 45 minutes and 35 seconds. Mostly irrelevant amount of milliseconds. So, you asked about strawberries earlier. There is one other thing that strawberries do. Because I know I'm coming in under my... that strawberry pie right there that Madeline makes, the more strawberries you get, the nicer it looks. And in the end cutscene, the nicer everybody compliments Madeline on her ability to bake a strawberry pie. But right now we got 1 strawberry for 5 people. So that pie, a little lacking. Oh yeah, that's the game. It's absolutely does a very good story. The story does a very good discussion on. It's one of the reasons I love this game. Actually helped me a bunch of my problems. Hasn't solved. It's just a wonderful one.
Well, thank you very much for running it here as your first marathon ever.
Therefore, yeah.
Well done.
Thank
Well
you very much.
done. So now, thanks everybody. If you want to stick around in a few minutes, we're just going to be moving on to Donkey Kong Country 3.